Welcome back to Silksong. I'm Akinar, and we're back with some more Steel Soul, as I make sure I have practice mode on the screen, because this is going to be a practice stream. We're sneaking in a surprise Wednesday stream today, because, well, I kind of felt like playing the game, and I'm feeling like, well, we're getting down to crunch time here in our Steel Soul run, and we really need to make sure that we are practicing these later stages of the game. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be practicing in particular, the part that I have not really practiced at all yet, which is the Grandmother Silk into the start of Act 3, which is a pretty critical point of the game, at least from what I have seen. I haven't really seen... actually, I haven't seen this for some time. I don't think I've actually seen it since my first playthrough. I haven't played through the game far enough to get back into Act 3 in a second playthrough. So you start Act 3 with 4 masks. I have seen somebody else streaming it, and I was reminded, oh yeah, that's right. And then somebody in this person's Twitch chat mentioned, oh yeah, this is one of the toughest spots of Steel Soul. And I thought, oh, well, I guess I better be ready for when I have 4 masks at the start of Act 3, because I would hate to lose my run there. I'd hate to lose my run at any point at this stage. We've made it so far, and we're going to try to keep it going as long as we can, which is why we're practicing. So, Mabian, how are you doing, friend? This is a strange surprise, you don't say. It's good to see you, Mabian. Hope you're having a good week so far. And the other reason I guess I'm streaming is because the fingers crossed, the weather seems to have taken a turn toward the fall. The 100-degree weather has taken a little bit of a hiatus, at least for the moment. We'll see if summer has any last throws here. I expect in August and September there will be a little bit more of that really, really blazing hot weather, but this week and next week are looking very nice. So I was like, well, you know, now that my apartment is not a blazing furnace, it's also a good time to do a little Silksong practice. So there we go. You're doing okay. Cooler weather is nice. Ran my first Archipelago randomizer a few days ago, and now I'm trying to get back to my speedrunning. The Tunic speedrunning, I assume. Archipelago. I don't think I've heard of this one, but you do love your randos, so hope you're having fun with that. I'm looking forward to having some fun with the Tunic randomizer eventually. Once I've got everything wrapped up there. Tunic has been, oh my god, I can't wait for the episodes that have just come out. You guys are having fun with them, and I can't wait for the ones afterward. Tunic is the one. Okay. Yeah, I saw your little joke about the speed running, the speed running clock, which I just in the most recent episode learned was a thing, a feature that you could enable. What do you think we should do here for Grandmother Silk? I think we're definitely using Cogflies. Cogflies pretty much don't get unequipped. But then what about our other tool? There's no reason to do tax. It's not a tax fight. You know, it could just be another threefold pin fight. But there could be a usage for the, I don't know, Curve Claw? Pimpillo, perhaps? She has a pretty big hitbox, doesn't she? Should we be lobbing some grenades? We could try that. Maybe we try Pimpillo. Maybe. But even whatever tool we choose here, I think it's going to be... There's probably going to be a lot of Sawtooth Circlet. That's really the one we should be leaning on, now that I've seen the light in terms of the damage. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get started here. I think I've already... This is the alternate file where I have... I'm pretty sure I have cleared out Lace on this file already. We do need to practice regular Lace at some point. I did a little bit of off-camera practice after the stream last week. And Lace was just a little bit rough. Lace number 2, but not too bad. So I'm feeling like she just has so little health, and Tax and Cogflies really blaze through, make that fight so much quicker. Archipelago is where you combine multiple games into a single rando. Oh, this is the first I've heard of this. That sounds awesome. So you did Hollow Knight and Tunic, and the checks for those games are spread throughout both games at the same time? Wait, what the hell? Now, I presume if you pick up, say, Mantis Claw in Tunic, you're not actually using Mantis Claw in Tunic. You're using it back in Hollow Knight. It's sort of like a multi-world rando, which I've never done, actually. Admittedly, I have never actually done multi-world rando. Oh, we should actually get the checkpoint up here, shouldn't we? This is where we should have the checkpoint. This should be my... At least this one should be Silk. I presume it works like that? Okay, it does work like a multi-world. Okay. That's... Wow. I would have never thought about that. I assume it's a lot of fun, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. Huh. Now, so then Archipelago is a program that lets you just kind of switch between the two apps or the two games? Are they both like running at the same time? And you're just like actively switching back and forth? Or are you swapping back and forth on your own, just like all tabbing? The Archipelago may just be a way to keep... I don't know how it works. I have no clue. All I know is I am going to make a copy of this checkpoint here, and then let's... This one makes so much more sense. And we might even get a closer one. There's even a closer one, right? Or we create a shortcut to Grandmother Silk. I haven't gone through and done this housekeeping, unfortunately, before the stream. So some of it we're doing here is another reason for the practice, kind of unofficial... Steel Soul stream here. Wanted to get some of this done before we hit the more, like, this is a bit of a dress rehearsal for the normal Friday stream, right? So if you end up, for the people who end up missing today's stream or maybe having to catch it in the VOD, you know, you're not going to be missing anything too consequential. Definitely no actual live Steel Soul action will be done today, so... Not that we won't have fun, though. This is not a thing, huh? Archipelago helps to facilitate the randomizing. You swap between the games as you deem best. I was opening and closing the games as I switched, but you could keep both open and swap immediately. It's actually able to, like, update on the fly while you have a live save file going. Wow. That's pretty... I would suspect you still have to do something like in Hollow Knight. You would have to, like, transition to a different room, wouldn't you? Or can you just... Does the Mantis Claw become active as soon as, like... I feel like there has to be some sort of, like, game state load. You're connecting the games via a server. Sure, that makes sense, but I mean, I'm just wondering how real-time the information is being fed between games. Well, what's up, Sparky? How is your week going, my friend? We're doing a sneaky little practice stream here, just to kind of prep ourselves for some of the more harrowing stages of Steel Soul, but it is only a practice stream today. But I hope your week's going well. I saw you were streaming some more Hades. Been streaming quite a few different things. But the one time that I attempted to tune in, I saw Hades and I was like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it today. I hope Hades is a blast, though. Excuse me. Did I just... I came back the way... So, do we not... I thought we opened up a shortcut. Oh, it's at the top. It's up here, isn't it? Okay, I need to keep going. I need to keep going right now, because I'm remembering what the cradle looks like. It's actually pretty immediate, huh? That's interesting. It is fantastic. How many hours into it now? I won't ask runs, but how many hours into Hades 2 are you at this point? I have no rosaries, huh? Because I spent them all grabbing other junk. Junk. Practice is good. Practice keeps us from having to meet run number 2. That is what I'm hoping. I don't know if it's the most exciting way. It may not be the most nail-biting way to play Steel Soul. So this is where we open the shortcut back. But it is the way that I am choosing to enjoy it. This is just a secret, right? What was in here? Just some silk and a... Oh, that's right. There was the widow interaction here, right? I remember now. That part I do remember. And then this is where we open up a shortcut, right? Yes? Yes? I knew there was a shortcut somewhere. And it actually is part of the same room. Oh, it is really just part of the this entire room is. It's the other thing about Silksong. It's just the giant rooms that you have in comparison to many of the Hollow Knight rooms. There's some giant rooms in Hollow Knight, I guess, but this game just takes them to another level. Okay, this is our checkpoint here. This is our new save point. Lock this in before I go any further. Before Grandmother Silk has been banked. Cool. Hey, we got Riley here. What's up, dude? Surprise stream! How are we doing, fellas? Yes, indeed. Surprise practice stream. Hope you're doing great, Riley. Love the blueprints. Riley has supplied me with a very, very, very useful blueprints reference spreadsheet. And also, I already told both Riley and Sparky when I was at Sparky's stream the other day that I have recorded day 61. So, and I am planning to record day 62 this weekend, and we will hopefully have some new blueprints content to go alongside the Tunic content here, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not promising that we're going to be finishing every last thing in the game, but we're just going to keep playing until I stop having fun. I really wanted to draft a house. And, oh no, we're connected over here now. Oh, so did opening up that shortcut on the left-hand side also, it also opened this? Oh no, wait a second. Wait, what am I thinking here? Wait, this was not, did I just open this literally? Okay, everything's connected now. It's fine. It is just practice today, Riley. We are not doing any official, no actual Steel Soul will be done. And also, it's going to be a shorter stream on top of everything. I'm not going to be streaming for very long. But I wanted to at least get some practice reps here on the Act 2 finish, Act 3 start. 50 hours so far on Hades 2? Okay. That's a lot of hours. And for somebody who plays much more quickly than I do, that's a lot more runs as well. I know, maybe then so it begins again. We'll see. We'll see how long. Day 61. What the fuck was I doing again? I really wanted to try some new shrine buffs, Sparky. Let me know if my sound levels are good, by the way. The music is maybe a little bit loud for me, but let me know if it's drowning out my voice at all. But yeah, Riley's reference spreadsheet is basically cataloging all of like the major milestones that we've had throughout the playthrough so far. I don't know how long it took you to create. Okay, the spreadsheet was a product of having way too much downtime in the office. Hope it can be of some use. I think it will definitely be of some use. Just reminding me sometimes, when did I get this thing? When did this thing happen? Because there's been so many days. It's fine on mobile, though the music may be a touch quieter. Why don't we just adjust it in-game, because it is loud for me, this particular... And by that we'll do... Maybe I'll just do... I could do the master volume down a notch. But I think the game sounds are actually fine. I actually just want the music down. It's the music that's just a tad overpowering. That should be fine. Okay. I think the music also just swells in this particular room. Fittingly. One of the absolute chef's kiss moments. This whole ascent and seeing this giant ass cocoon in the background. Goddamn. Okay. I'm using Pimpillos for this, Riley and Sparky, but I'm open to suggestions. I really don't know what... Oh, what I do know is I need to try this with Plasmified, so... Fortunately, I did get enough silk on the way up. That was one thing that I just completely forgot about here. Until just this moment. But I can afford to... also spawn some cogflies. I think I have enough. I should have plenty of shell shards here. Yeah, for craft mines and whatnot. Alright, let's see how this goes. I mean, Pimpillos might be just awesome. The hitbox is so large. Also... Also, Sawtooth Circlet is amazing here. And I'm quickly learning that it's kind of amazing everywhere. That was fast, wasn't it? Didn't that phase, like, doesn't that normally last a little bit longer? Okay, can't really see. Oh my god. Gotta be careful here not to get too aggressive with the Sawtooth Circlet. But it's so tempting. It's so tempting. Whoops. Oh boy. Well, okay. That was close. Needling, right? Okay, so that's extremely fast first phase. Holy shit. We gotta make it a little less sloppy. But man, our DPS, what the fuck? Man, I was so overwhelmed when this first happened. I really was not absorbing it very well in the moment. I was like, oh my god, Lace, but I didn't really absorb that Lace, like, cut off Silk's arms. That part was just, I was just so overwhelmed at, like, oh my god, Lace! So this whole first time through this was just a blur. Think it's best to save most of the Pimpillos for phase 2. That's a good call. We don't need them in phase 1, do we? Yeah. Because that's, yeah, excellent call, Sparky. I 100% agree. Yep. Much like Markov and a lot of bosses, right? Their phase 2 is going to be worse than their phase 1. What's the plan for practicing opening Act 3? You're looking at it. We're going to revert to the end of Act 2. Because we can't go to the start of Act 3 because it would refill our masks, exactly. And the plan is to not do save quits. Although, am I gonna have to? Can I not skip through credits? Oh god. Now this I didn't think about. Oh shit. I can't skip through credits, can I? Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm open to suggestions. Is there? Do any of you know like the secret cheat code to get through the to skip out of the? Well, wait a second. The save file. Does the save file, as it is right now, this save file is going to have the void tendrils on it, isn't it? Let me look in Windows. Have I updated as of? No, it hasn't updated the save just yet. It still has the same timestamp as when I benched right before Silk. So that doesn't happen. So I guess we'll let the credits play out here. But maybe that's our way to do this, is to take the checkpoint right when the void tendrils are on the save file. Maybe? If I Alt F4 at this point, maybe, and it's just going to take us back to the Silk fight, given what I can see on the save file. Can die in the credits file. I didn't think about that. Oh my god. You must have made like 5 different thumbnail faces through that whole sequence the first time. Probably. I often do make about 5 different thumbnail faces before I settle on the one that I want. Some episodes are a little more difficult than others. Okay, so there's the save. So I think at this point, now I can take this, I can just checkpoint this here, copy this save file in Windows, and call that Act 3 start. Start Act 3. I think that should work. We'll find out. We will find out if that works. But that feels like that should work. Also, just maybe the best moment in the entire game. What the fuck? Team Cherry, I probably have said it too much, but goddamn, they cooked with this game. Like, everybody's expectations were just on the top of is the mountain called Celeste? I always get this part mixed up, but the mountain is called Celeste, right? It's Mount Celeste. The peak, the summit. Everybody's expectations were sky high, and they still fucking nailed it and did not disappoint. Unreal. I'm hoping this will work though, Riley. This would be perfect. Can always practice the start of Act 3 with all masks and treat not losing more than 4 as a success. That's true. That is true if we had to do that. But this way might also work. There's nothing over here, right? Or is this the way down? No, it's on the other side. Not losing more than 3, rather? Yeah, that's true, because we have no, we have no tools, which means no fractured mask. So, good point. It was so worth the wait, though. I would, you know, prefer that it not take them another 7 years to get Sea of Sorrow out, but, you know, at the same time... at the same time, would we wait for it? Yes, we would, right? So I have Silk Spear and no tools. That's not this way. And this is the point where you cannot, you have to fall down in here, right? And this is the fight. Like, there's no getting around it. I do have my Needle Strike. Oh, we're not here yet, are we? Okay, this is not the fight yet. The fight is down once we get back to the hallway on the way to the first shrine, correct? Come on, Hornet, snap out of it. Pull yourself together. Lock it in. We only got 4 masks. It's just, I don't remember if there's any... I guess there is a place I could hit myself on spikes there. Here. This is literally the first time that I've done this since the first playthrough, so I remember very little. Okay, yep, that's... Yeah, don't fall on that. Holy shit. Okay. God damn. This is where we have to go, right? That doesn't cave in. Oh shit. Oh my god. So how far down do you go there? Oh my god, see this kind of stuff. Jesus Christ. Okay, so there's 2 of those. There's a spinny blade on the left-hand side, and there's 2 of these things. God damn. Sea of Sorrows, that's gonna take 7 years, but will actually be a whole new game. Snakes! How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, man. I hope you've been well. I always, whenever I am thinking about, like, the release of this game, like, if I'm watching somebody else's playthrough, or I'm thinking back to the nostalgia of, you know, waiting on the Steam page for hours and hours and not actually getting a response, I'm always thinking of you, Snakes. You're one of those Hollow Knight Silksong people. I hope you've been well, friend. Whatever you do, don't lose a mask on the way there. I know! There's so many places already just to lose a mask before we even get to the fight. Jesus. Oy. Like, if anything, I should be practicing this thing, right? We should be practicing the descent down here. Luckily, there's a lot of room there. And I can kind of, like, here, stop myself. So, you know, it's not the worst thing ever, but man, when you're in the moment and it's Steel Soul, like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Jesus. Andy, what's going on, dude? Have there been any close calls in the past couple streams? I've missed a few recent streams. I feel like we've seen you on at least one of the past couple streams, but we have had here and there, I would say. Maybe last stream we had a little bit of nervousness against... What was the last fight we did, guys? Four Brothers went fine. The Conchfly was a little bit... there was a little bit of nervousness with Conchfly. We did a fair bit of practice with Conchfly, but still, when the actual show, when the curtains went up, well, I kind of had some misplays. But in general, Andy, I will say that the Plasmified has been OP as hell. God damn. It has just... There's been so many parts, not just bosses, but just regular sections of the game that have become so much nicer. I guess, oh, we did have a close call against the... I don't know if you want to know this, Andy, but presumably you're watching a Steel Soul stream, so it's fine. But the Steel Soul exclusive enemy, what was it, Summoned Savior? That one was pretty close, and that one we probably would have died if we hadn't had our wonderful, lovely blue masks. Ah, yes, launch day when I circumvented Steam by getting a key from Humble Bundle. Oh, is that what you did? That was a good call. That was a, you didn't want to wait anymore. Like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Give me my Silksong already. It's been 7 years. I don't want to wait another minute. Basically, every time I've done this, I've forgotten I didn't have Ascendant script. Oh, shit. Oh, no. You get so used to that wonderful Ascendant script. Okay, this is the fight here, right? This is it? Okay. No idea where I should be positioned here, other than I guess this guy is the easiest one to take out. I don't have enough for a claw line, which is what I was trying to do. Yeah, and this is why we practice. This is why we practice, folks. This is why we're doing the practice. Now let's see if our thing works. Let's see if it works. We're gonna Alt F4 here, and load the save file, and see if this works. Because this is the one. I think you know. I'll do some... We may do some additional Silk practice as well, but this is the one we've got to nail. We've got to nail this down, guys. This is the spot right now. You know, Lost Lace we'll think about eventually, but this is the danger zone. This is the danger zone, and we might... I don't know. We'll see how this goes, but we might need to spend Do we spend all of Friday practicing this as well? I don't know. Oh, I'm scared. That was not the most encouraging start. The void attack stealing silk. I bet you haven't been missing that. God. Oh, God. Fucking damn it. Act 3. Shit. This is what we're going to have to deal with here, Andy. The Steel Soul stuff editions can be a real bother. Also, anything brand new in the hardcore run must be terrifying. Yes, and this is it right here. It works, though. At least we have our way to practice this. Cool. We're good, folks. So we have a way to run it back in expedited fashion. Whew. That part, at least, is a relief. Because otherwise, this was not going to be the most efficient practice. We can skip this as well. We can skip the cutscene. Nice. Void my kryptonite. Right now, it's my kryptonite as well. Now, obviously, this is the first time I'm doing this. First time I'm doing this since the start of, well, the first playthrough. This is the first. That's literally the first time that I played that room since. I assume that I died in the first playthrough. I don't remember for sure, but I cannot imagine that I first tried that. Because fuck this room already. I'm so over it. Now, even with being able to skip cutscenes and everything, we're still going to have a little bit of Hornet taking her time getting back up and whatnot, so... Oh, and I can't fall down that. Don't fall down there. But otherwise... It's the spinny on the left. The spinning blade on the left. Can you please, Hornet, please? We got a show to... Gotta get this show moving! Oh my god. You think you died on the way to that room and first tried it despite being blinded by rage? The nice thing, at least, about dying on the way is then you get your refill on masks. So that would make that room a little less of a headache. But we're gonna have to do it on 4 masks. We're gonna have to do it on 4. Oh boy. We'll get it down. And if we have to practice the entire stream Friday, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's Steel Soul. This is what we have to do. No way around it. Okay, so just go on the right. Yep. Okay, not too bad. Is it better to go for the flyer first? Okay, maybe it's better to go for the flyer first. All right. Okay, and then we get to 7 masks, and we're not in bad shape. Like, if I didn't take that silly hit in the first attempt, we would have been much better off, right? Okay, and all right. Maybe this is not too bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use your Silk Spear as well. Okay. All right. More encouraging. More encouraging. Go for the flyers first. Go for the flyers. Flyers first makes sense since he's more mobile. I agree, Riley. And also, if I start out with the Needle Strike, it looks like maybe only 1 more hit afterward. I could maybe even follow up with a Silk Spear, but I really want to get that first heal. That first heal feels so clutch. Okay. All right. I'm feeling a little more buoyed all of a sudden. I mean, that's really the most harrowing part, isn't it? Except, isn't there a little more here on the way to the first shrine? You gotta make through a little bit more, I think. But also, there is that bug there that you can charge up on Silk. Oh, but I can't because Hornet doesn't have the ability to jump back up into this tunnel where she just came from. She can't even swing her needle when she's like this. So the game just forces you to fall in, huh? Oh, but then you get taken to the first shrine. What am I thinking? So this is where you get hauled off, or Sherma comes and rescues you. Okay, so that's it. All right, Riley. Maybe you were right. You were kind of saying that it's not so bad once you get used to it. Using silk for one heal and then saving a silk spear only for the big guy makes the most sense. I like that plan. Then if you take another hit after healing, you could do another heal instead. I think if we can just... Now that I see it, right? it's that first... Something about the first attempt and the fact that you're so overwhelmed in the moment that just makes things... you panic, you know? You panic. It just happens. So, let's run it back. Let's do that again. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to have to... It did do a save for me there, so let's delete this and reload this guy. Get the flyers first. You still playing a lot of FF14 snakes? I seem to remember you having a pretty good, I don't know if you call it a raid group or a dungeon group, but that makes it so nice. I had, you sure are, I had a pretty solid mythic dungeon group when I was still playing WoW, and we would just cruise through some dungeons sometimes. We had such a good tank. Our healer was amazing. It was a lot of fun. So I know the appeal, the MMO appeal, but I'm sure with Final Fantasy XIV, like they do the story so well, don't they? Like the story in WoW is okay, but it looks like Final Fantasy XIV is just so fun to follow from a lore angle. The current X-Pack is winding down, so you're just doing casual stuff right now. When's the next one being released? Oh, Andy is an FF14 enjoyer. Oh, it's not till January? Oh, man. Oh, gosh, that's... Do you like, is there stuff like hunting for mounts? Going back to old content and farming? That's what I would do in WoW. When I was like... When we didn't have, like, raids and stuff, you just go back to the old... dungeons and old raid instances that you're way over-leveled for, and you just kill the boss, which you can only do one time a week, but you try to farm that boss for particular mounts. Mount farming, there it is. Let's go. You get any sweet ones lately? Bosses from the current X-Packs have really cool mounts that they drop, but yeah, you can't farm those though, right? You actually have to be in a group for them. Unless maybe there is a way to farm them on your own. I don't know. You're slowly working on those? Content isn't too difficult to pug? Okay. Just throw a quick pug together and go farm it. That's cool. Is it 5-person? 10-person? Don't go to the left. I really should practice this. I want to get this down to, like, Path of Pain consistency. So we just keep practicing this. Can I fall all the way down? That's what I want to know. Can I just fall all the way down? That's what I do. I don't have to make it any more complicated than that. I just don't muck around. Just fall. That's... Oh my god, it's just that simple. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's 8-person? This is like the Blue Prince MMO over here? Okay. Like, even if you go just a little bit late, you still got enough time to do it. Oh my god. Okay. Thankfully, I thought about that to where I'm not overcomplicating it. Oh my god. Oh, so you are almost outgeared just on the regular content, but it's just like the lower tier, entry-level tier for the current expansion. Okay. Flyer first. Yeah, okay, okay. We can do that. We can do that. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We got this. We got this. Okay, okay, okay. I was worried, but now I'm less worried. Just don't be a dingus. It's still Steel Soul, and shit can still happen. But I think we're locking it in here. Because really, after that, it's just there are some spikes and stuff you could fall on, but you're gonna have a heal by that point. And now you are a... Oh yeah, my Hunter's crest is full as well. So everything's good here. Wait, the gear gets stronger with every other patch? Is that how they do it? So they just automatically out-level you for the previous content? Is that what they do? That's kind of an interesting way to do it. And each patch... Oh, they also just add bosses? Like older... Wait. Each boss has one of the bosses you're referring to? The bosses that you can farm the mounts from? Okay, alright, cool. Man, okay, so let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. But then, I'm feeling so good about this all of a sudden. I'm feeling so good. But we go again. We'll definitely need to give a few more attempts on Silk, because, yeah, we first tried it, but it was a little sketchy in that second phase. The bosses are typically integrated into the story, and each patch has a little more story. I see. They're not necessarily adding bosses just for you to farm. Okay, okay. But it just, by the end of the content, the current content, you end up with so many bosses. And if they're just naturally leveling your gear, and you're just going to slowly out-level those bosses. Yo, Cat Mitri, how you doing? We're sneaking in a Wednesday stream here. Just a little practice. Hope you're doing well. I had an interesting inscription discovery just a little bit earlier today. I was playing through the Archivist, and I had been looking at some... I had ChatGPT put together some like little like some hints essentially to help me get the last few achievements. I didn't want to just look up the achievement directly. I wanted to try to get a little bit of you know, I like my nudges, right? So I tried to see how give ChatGPT its best its best shot at giving me some nudges for the remaining achievements. And one of those apparently was connected to the Archivist. And I don't think I would have ever gotten this completely on my own. But the Archivist at one point makes you... You have to pick, you know, you have to pick a file to make a card out of. And in one instance, it's, you know, one of the cards that... have you played Inscription, Snakes? Is that a game you played? One of the cards, it depends on how old the file is, right? So the older the file is, the better the card is, I think. But also, supposedly, if the card dies, then the file gets deleted. Now, I didn't, you know, as being the tryhard that I am, I didn't let the card die in the first playthrough. But given the hints that I was getting, it sounded like maybe you needed to let the card die. And so I did that. And I was like, okay, was this actually going to delete my file? So I was checking the recycle bin. And I was like, oh, well, it didn't show up in the recycle bin. Where is it? I looked back in the folder where it's supposed to be, and it was still there. But there was a text file there. I gotta show this real quick. I just gotta take a second here, because this was too funny. You guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I have to remember where this text file was. Let me do this. Let me go here and open up this guy. It shows this. At least I tried to delete it, but it seems my powers of file access do not extend that far. Play by the rules you agreed to. Delete it yourself. Have an ounce of respect for the rules. Come on. I thought that was pretty amazing. Did I actually take the yeah, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm pulling out my needle in here while I'm just disabling my display capture. So so I've seen that now, Cadmetry. And also, well, I went ahead and did what it said. I went ahead and deleted the file myself, knowing that I could just get it back from... It wasn't a file that I cared about, and also I could just bring it back from the recycle bin. But if you delete that file, I did delete it, and then I played the rest of the fight. And sure enough, that's what gets you the achievement, because then PO3 is like... I don't remember exactly what he said, but basically he acknowledges like, oh, you actually did delete it, huh? Well, look at that. What does he say, actually? Dang, I already forgot his dialogue. I'm so glad I can just fall down. Fall straight down. That is so nice, I can just delete you in 4 hits. And you go bye-bye in 3. Actually, the dash strike is probably best with you, isn't it? Okay. One way or the other, I think we got this. I think we got this. Okay. I will continue to practice this off camera. But I think that's good. So, now I will close that window. And now let's load back and continue with the grandmother. I'm feeling good about this, guys. That's the dialogue there. Wow, you actually deleted the file. Haha. He was surprised that I actually went through with it. What a weird achievement, right? What a weird achievement. How many players, I wonder, actually... Well, first of all, only like 3% of players actually get the achievement, first of all. But I wonder how many of those even just get it on their own. 0.3%. If that. Like, that's... did any of you guys get it? Off camera? Are we blood vial farming over here? Yes, essentially. I'm using the cum dungeon. It's Steel Soul Snakes. I have to practice. So off camera practice has been part of the routine, but I do try to do as much substantive practice on camera as I can. But sometimes I just want to play the game, you know? And I don't necessarily want to boot up the stream. That's not what I want to do. Sorry, I'm loading the file here. Let me concentrate, focus, to actually do that. There we go. Okay. Can I just... No, it's going to overwrite it if I do that. So let's Alt F4. Got Alt F4. There's also an Easter egg for the same boss. Oh, I think, yes. Don't tell me what it is yet, Catmetry. I think I did in my little list of ChatGPT generated. I gave it like the Steam guide that somebody has written. I was thinking about using your video, Catmetry, but there was no. I was going to use the transcript from your video, and I was gonna feed the transcript into ChatGPT and have it give me some like spoiler-free or like some nudges based on the stuff that you had put in the video. But there was no dialogue in your video, so so that I couldn't quite use the video for that. So I like, you know, if I can discover what the ultimate payoff is in the moment, it's just more fun. So I will do that though, Catmetry, because I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to choose an image file. Don't confirm that for me yet, but I think that's what we're gonna do. Michael Warren, wow, a live Akinar stream. How you doing, Michael Warren? Good to see you there. If this is I think this is your first time to a stream. It sounds like you though might be a recorded Akinar content viewer, and good to have you here. We're sneaking in. We've been doing our Fridays. We've been doing a stream on Friday afternoons for my Pacific time. And, well, it's been our Steel Soul streams. So, oh, so we're sneaking in a Wednesday stream today, which is not usual, but I really wanted to do some practice because we've got the tougher stages of the game coming up, and I needed to do some practice. Watching somebody else play the other day, learned of something that I had not seen before. I did not find this one on my own, but now that I see it, it cannot be unseen. So many secrets. So many secrets. God damn, what the hell? Gotta go like down. Okay, I see. Just a Silk Eater. Just a Silk Eater, but you know, and I've already got the maximum on here, but that'll be a few more rupees on our Steel Soul file, you know? Or it'll be a way for me to get myself killed somehow. I was like, oh my god, how did I miss that? But then I realized, like, that's kind of a sneaky one. Like, you can see it. You can see that the platform is chipped, cracked. But you also, there's so, at least in my experience so far, there are so few, like, floor secrets in the game. And, you know, maybe they're hiding more than I realize. Maybe that's the lesson I should take from that little cubby hole. Like, hey, maybe I should replay the whole game now and look for floors. Ground pound secrets. I need more silk to be able to do a plasma fight. Oh, it's Slacky. Yo, speak of... Oh my god, Slacky. That... What timing? Slacky. What's up, dude? I was just talking about the kick-ass Mythic Dungeon group that I had in WoW. Because my friend Snakes here is a Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 14 player, and I was reliving the good old days of how awesome it is to have like a good Mythic group with a tank that knows what they're doing, and a healer that knows what they're doing, and what do you know, our tank shows up. How you been? Are you still playing WoW? You just never use YouTube chat? Have you been sneaking in some lurking? Oh, that was gonna be a pineapple, Riley? Oh, you were ready on the pineapple, dang. Oh. I'm at the point now where I am watching others, and you know, these things, some of these discoveries are gonna happen away from the camera. That would be a good pineapple, though. You still play occasionally? Not constantly, though? I have not played since Legion. We had our group going with the Mythic Dungeons and Legion, and that was so much fun, but then that was it for me. I never felt the call again. It probably helps that I've been doing this stuff. Not exactly a lot of time for MMOs when my gaming time is centered around YouTube and such. I have talked, though, about how I am the kind of player that will... in the past, at least, I have definitely become consumed with just one game. And WoW was definitely one of those. At 2 different periods in my life. Playing nothing else. All right, we're saving Pimpillos for Act 2. Have you played Silksong, Slacky? This game is amazing. I'm not sure if you played Hollow Knight. Very difficult, though. It's not for the faint of heart. If you haven't played Hollow Knight, then you probably want to play Hollow Knight first before you play Silksong. Wow. Okay. Even without Pimpillos that time, the DPS is still too good. Sawtooth circling, goddamn. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. That was just stupid. Like, what the? How long did that take? That was like 10 seconds. What the fuck? Holy fucking shit. Our DPS is really good here, Slacky. Our DPS is so good. Okay. I am going to skip this. I'm gonna skip this. Because we saw this already. We're gonna alt F4 out of that. Sorry for anybody who wants to see that again, but man, do we even need to keep dude, this fight is just gonna be over. We hit like the delete button and she's gone. I'll do one more. We'll do one more, but oh my god. This is ridiculous. Wait, why did it save? Is it because I sat at the bench? Wait, what time is it here? It's because I sat at the bench, isn't it? I reset at the bench after I went down the little secret. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Just restart the game. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You say that you haven't. You're pretty bad at Twitchy games. It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because I thought the exact same thing when I first, before I started Hollow Knight. I thought to myself, man, I'm a little bit older now. Like I'm past like my StarCraft 2 days. Not that I was amazing at StarCraft 2, but I just kind of had this idea that you needed like super fast APM to play something like Hollow Knight. It turns out it's not that kind of game. It's actually all about pattern recognition. That's what you need in a game like this. You need to learn and digest, kind of similar to WoW. Right? With WoW, it's all about learning the patterns and knowing what move is coming next. What's the boss going to do at this point? What's the boss going to do here? And if you know what the pattern is, and you can recognize what the next move is that's coming, then you can figure out a response. It's really not about fast APM at all. There might be some a handful of boss fights where at first your brain is like, oh my god, this is going way too fast. But it doesn't last for very long. I need to get, oh, the Silk Eater gave me silk. So that was one reason to get the Silk Eater. Are you still playing, Warrior? Is that still your main? Oh, Death Knight. Okay, that's... I think you had mentioned that before. And recently Druid? Oh, shit! Since they were kind of broken for Midnight Season 1 tanking. Really? Oh, my Druid main heart swells with pride. Druid tank. I once had... I never got to be a Druid tank main for anything. I was always either a healer or a Boomkin. Healer for Burning Crusade. Boomkin for when I was playing with you guys. But once upon a time, I was like, man, it would be fun to do bear tank. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do this shit first. But that's, I mean, Druid broken as tanking? God damn. How did Blizzard let that one happen? There was some Moonfire Thrash meme spec. And that's all you had to press. Other than defenses, it was super broken. That sounds insane. How quickly did they patch that? Can't have that happening. They waited for Season 2 rebalancing. How often do they do... So I don't even know if I know what seasons are. I think seasons must be a more recent addition, because that doesn't ring a bell at all. Dude, Sawtooth Circlet is dumb on this fight. It's actually dumb. It is actually flippin' dumb. What in the actual fuck? How stupid is this ability? Oh my god. Also, how stupid is Plasma Fight? I shouldn't have clawline there. The only thing that go wrong here is if I just become so stupid. But even that, our DPS is too good, guys. It's just ridiculous. What the fuck? Okay, all right. Alt F4. This is why we practice, because I had this. I was like, oh my god. I wasn't so worried about Silk, but I was definitely worried about that start of Act 3, and now it's just. Now I see what we're gonna do. The plan has become crystal clear. So let's practice the bosses. Well, do we want to practice? Let's do a little bit of Second Sentinel. That one I want to make sure. Let's just go through each of the 3 bosses that we're gonna have to do on Friday at least, or that we're gonna want to do. We don't have to do Second Sentinel, but I think we might as well just get her done for before we get into Act 3. Might as well. Just loading up the other file here. Oh, I should come up with like a quicker way. I should do a script or something that lets me right-click. Do this a lot quicker. Actually, I will. Let me make a note of that. Let me make a note of that. Because that shouldn't be too bad to... Just a little PowerShell script or something. Batch script. Script for Skong saves. Put that there. Okay. Cool. Seasons are like new raid tier / mythic plus dungeons class balancing happens every few months. Was that happening when Legion was going on? Did I just forgot? I think they call it season in midnight because they announced like 3 X-Backs at once at BlizzCon a few years ago. Oh, okay. The plan. Kill enemies and don't die. That is always the plan. But we like to have a little bit more specificity on that plan. And I feel like I have it now. Reposting since you may have missed it, and I'm not sure if this is on your to-do list. If you get all memory lockets, you can unlock Silph from Ava before finishing Act 2. Wait. Is that true? Do I not need all of the... Let me... I definitely did miss that, Riley, so thank you for reposting that. Let's take a moment and look here. Let us look together at the list. Oh, I gotta... Hold on. I gotta do this first. Do this. And then we go... Okay, so let's go to memory lockets. There are 20 memory lockets in total. But there's 2 that you have to get in Act 3, correct? Because you need Silksor. But are you saying that we don't need every single one of these in order to get Silphsong? I thought you had to get every single, I guess I was just assuming that you had to get every single crest and locket in order to unlock every single slot, and then you get Silphsong. It's not going to be super useful for you, I guess, since you won't be benching often, but it's a consideration. We'll at least want to bench to get Plasmium online. It'll be a nice convenience thing to have if we can get it. You need 32 unlocked slots to get Silphsong per the wiki. I just haven't done the math. Is 32 less than the total? Well, I guess we could figure it out here. There's 20 memory lockets. And then you have... If we look at our crests... Do I have all the crests here on this file? Oh, but I don't know for sure how many we start with on each of these. Well, we can count. It's outside of Hunter's Crest, right? So there's 7 here. There's 7 here. That's 14. There's another 5. It's 19. I guess I don't have witches on this save. Another 7 makes 26. And then witches is another 6. Unlocked slots are all slots. But that's what I'm confused about, Riley, because it looks to me like we need 2... There are 2 memory lockets that specifically require Silksor. So don't we have to wait to Act 3 to get all the slots unlocked? What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. The Bellheart one. And then there's one over here where Carmelita's at, right? In the Carmelita area-ish. Something along those lines. You need 18 memory lockets to unlock enough total slots for Ava to give you the Silphsong. Really? Well, okay, let's add that to the list then. Here I am just assuming. We know what happens when we do that. Give me my steel goals. Interesting. Oh yeah, of course I want that. Of course I do. Add that to our list of goals here. I did add the final pouch upgrade and the egg of Flelia. We'll do that little bit of housekeeping with the fleas. But then we have, I guess, enough to do the last Ava Silphsong, which we need anyways for 100%. And I like the convenience. I like the convenience factor. So we'll do that on Friday. We'll have that on our list. Cool. Appreciate that. I'm excited now. I'm excited for the pouch upgrade and the Silphsong. All that stuff. So, okay, what are we doing again here? We're doing Second Sentinel. So, and the reason I'm here at this bench is because this gets me Silk. But if I had done this right, maybe I could have just had Silphsong on this save file. I didn't realize that was a possibility. Oh, but I can go ahead and fill up I can give myself Plasmium now, right? The specificity. Kill enemies quickly and don't die. Thank you for clearing that up, maybe. There definitely needs to be a forehead emote that goes with that. You did not realize this either until just before. You thought that having all crests was a separate prerequisite, but it's just reaching 32 slots. So... Oh, Shaman. I forgot Shaman's a thing. So that's what the extra lockets are for. It's for Shaman. Right. Of course. I just forgot Shamans existed. Okay, well, there we go. Mystery solved. Yeah. We are ready to go. Once we load up on hogflies and tax as well.
Cadestre. Caspin?
Malegara actum.
This one is definitely a tougher fight to, at least for me still, to get value out of Sawtooth Circlet. It's just, it's a lot tougher enemy to get close to, it feels like. But maybe I can do it on, like, when she's passing me by. Like when she does one of these moves. This fight is still just uncomfortable enough. That should be it. That should have been a cog fly. I'm getting hit by that all the time. Oh my god. I just still do not feel comfortable with this fight. What am I missing? I just haven't put in enough reps yet. I haven't put in enough reps. We gotta keep doing it. Gotta keep doing it. We're not dying to her. That's the thing. We're not dying to her. But I still never feel comfortable. It just doesn't happen. This is why we practice. I would also, before we close up shop here, we're not gonna be going too much longer. Short stream, but I would like to get at least, well, but you have to go down to the abyss. I was thinking, like, at some point here, and maybe now is the time. Like, we need to start practicing. We need to get some Lost Lace reps, you know? And it's probably better to start sooner than later. You probably can't start soon enough. Maybe we should have been doing her already. But I do have to remember, I can always, in a pinch, I can just use Plasmium File. I don't have to sit around and wait for Plasmium to do its thing, Plasmified. I can, if I've got the opening, I can do a Plasmium charge on its own. I have that option. Curious to see how this build fares against her. What's the build that you normally use? I'm open to suggestions, but I also feel like this is the one that I'm practiced at and I'm probably not changing. But it sounds like you use a different build. Like maybe this is not the optimal DPS. It feels like I'm definitely not killing her as fast as I'd like. Maybe it's not about my red tools, maybe it's about my could I be using something other than Sawtooth Circlet, maybe? Oh, I should have refilled. Whoops, I should have refilled. You like the build? You just never fought with architects. Oh, got it. It's the architect specific. Yeah, I should have done a craft bind. Okay, that was better DPS output, and maybe that's my problem, is I'm just not consistently outputting the Cogflies as quickly as I should. Tax and Cogflies, just make sure, don't worry too much about hitting her with Sawtooth Circlet. Just make sure you're constantly at full tax and full flies. That's the way, right? We'll do one more. And then we'll do one more, and then we'll go to Unraveled. You like Wanderers for Lost Lace. Fast attacks, DPS, makes it easy to get damage in her very small windows. Because there are windows that she has where you really want to be letting loose. Also, Pogwing tends to be safer and is very easy/fast with that crest. Did we decide, was there a way to do Plasmified with the Wanderers in Act 3 because of the extra stuff in the Wormways? I do like my craft bind. I can see the, you know, the increased DPS from the needle is definitely a thing when you're talking about Wanderers. But I love the idea of being able to craft bind that whole fight. We would need to be generating silk, of course. You think that you could do Plasmified Wanderers, though it would be a pain to set up. Also, I'm not sure if traveling in the Diving Bell counts as benching. I don't think it does. Ooh. It might, though. Yeah, traveling in the Diving Bell. Yeah, I mean, it's also interesting. I haven't even put the thought in yet. I haven't even thought yet about, would it even be a good idea to be plasmified for Lost Lace? That's kind of what I want to just maybe take this build that we've got, because it feels like we want tax and cogflies. So take this build like it is right now and go to Lost Lace and see what happens if we go plasmified. I kind of want to just see how the build feels just as it is before I go switching crests. That's what we got the practice for, you know?
Da, Fenestra. Benifrank.
Malegara actum.
Fadastama.
Ela Seresura.
I did not mean to do that. That was a mess. Okay. Stay locked in. Keep outputting the DPS. Everything will be fine. Probably smart to commit to this build to the end. It's still extremely powerful. Craft mining alone, even without Plasmified, is probably reason enough. And I also just have so much muscle memory with it now, right? I think we're probably in it all the way to the end. We have to have a boss that really screams, oh, you're not going to want Plasmified for this. There has to be just a glaringly obvious reason not to use it. Otherwise, we stick with it, I think. I think I can go straight. Do I have it set up on this? No, I might as well just load the one that I have. It's not going to take me that much long to get the... let me go ahead and load the other file for... it's going to be quicker to get back to Unraveled if I do it this way. This is going to be quicker. Okay, feeling good about Second Sentinel, I think. Feeling pretty decent. And yeah, it's really just, it's lost, sorry. It's Second Sentinel. It's Unraveled. Lace number 2. And then we've also got those little housekeeping things, like Sylph Song and the Fleas. And the Architect's, sorry, the ruined tool. I don't know which version of the ruined tool. I mean, I know which one I'm gonna get. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the one from the Architect. I just don't know if that's a good one or not, but even if it's the worst one, theoretically, that's the one we're gonna end up with. It's just what we're gonna get. And I'm gonna find out when I find out. That's too much fun, though. I love doing that. For what it's worth, the only required for 100% bosses you can lose a Steel Soul run to in Act 3 are Bell Eater, Gur the Outcast. Oh, for a second I was like, who's that? Oh, it's the big boy in Act Sorry, in Carmelita's neck of the woods, right? Took me a second. The other one is Pinstress. I remember somebody mentioning that Pinstress, was that you, Riley, maybe, who mentioned that Pinstress is not to be slept on? She has some sneaky combos, right? And of course, Lost Lace. And technically, Bell Eater is not required, but you will want fast travel. Yeah. Yeah, that one I'm not looking forward to, but we have Plasmified. So I'm hoping that that's gonna be enough to do a lot of the carrying. I guess I can do this while I'm riding the elevator. I don't have to go overboard with the tools when I'm up against the... All I have to do is pop out a bunch of tools at this right before the boss. Not a good idea to go for the Needle Strike there. Probably let our health refill as much as possible, but my cog flies aren't going to wait around. Cog flies say, go, go, go. I think our DPS is too good. Our DPS is too good. These are feeling fine. These are feeling fine. Should we do a little lace? Let's load up a little lace 2. I don't know about Lost Lace. Because now we're at the hour-and-a-half mark, and that's kind of where I was looking to wrap up. So I think we'll just do... Let's get at least 1, maybe 3 attempts on lace number 2. And then maybe Friday we'll start our Lost Lace attempts. We shall see. Ah, I'm feeling so much better though about that Act 3 start. I just needed to see the fight again, right? Because like you said, Riley, it's only 4 enemies. And at almost full needle upgrade, they die so quickly. So that part's nice, even though we don't have our fancy tools. We're still in a good spot. You make such good facial expressions worthy of emotes. Cat Mitri, you were making me want to make another emote. You highlighted that one part from the Tunic episode, and I was like, huh, we could make like, you know, like almost like the Craigasm emote. Or like, you know, it's the I was kind of doing like the Vince McMahon meme, falling back in the chair. That was a good one. They just happen. Like, I just, you know, I don't think I even realized until I started recording myself. But this is just what I was doing, like, you know, when because I remember all these moments in games where I just had the side, like even now when I'm playing a game off camera and something happens and I just have this jaw drop moment and I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, that actually is kind of a funny expression now that I've seen it. Do you think we'll get to Act 3 on Friday? I think there's a very good chance. These fights are feeling pretty strong. Feeling pretty solid about all these. We'll do some tune-up practice. And I think we'll be in good shape. Now the question is what if we make it to Act 3? Because like I said, I haven't played into Act 3 on the practice file at all. Maybe I'll start doing that now. I wanted my very first practice attempts to be on stream of doing that little transition with the 4 masks, right? Or the gauntlet at the start of the act. I wanted that to be on camera. I didn't want to be practicing that a bunch of times off camera and then show up here and like, hey guys, look, I've already like aced this because I've been practicing. I wanted to have a little bit of the rough edges shown on camera. But now that we've done that, now that we've broached Act 3, I might start just kind of playing on my own time, just to remind myself all the ins and outs of various things that happen. But I guess one of the main things that happens first is Bell Eater, isn't it? So it's not that, it doesn't take all that long before you one of the main bosses that you're going to want to practice against. So we might, if we make it through that gauntlet, and then we're at, you know, Songclave, we may just go ahead and start practicing Bell Eater. We'll see how it goes. You have a list of your own Steel Soul prep for everything required for Act 3, 100%, and the optimal ordering. Is that something, would you prefer to go over that live on stream, or were you thinking of just sending that to me via Discord or something? I'm open to what you had planned there. I'm definitely open to hearing what you consider the optimal ordering and whatnot, because I have not given it any thought. Where am I going here? High halls? I'm going to Lace. Theoretically, is where I'm going. It just takes a little while with this, where I have this checkpoint. But if I had known that I could be getting Self-Song this whole time, I didn't realize I didn't have to wait. I would have set up these save points a little differently. It's just a resource that you could send if I want. You might end up moving some things around yourself. Yeah, go ahead and send that to me. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll look at it before Friday's stream, but I might as well just have it. Maybe you sent that to me already. I did notice that you actually had messaged me, but I didn't get a chance to check it before stream. Tunic has also just had so many of those moments, Cat Mitri. It feels like every stinking episode, I'm just like jaw dropped. Oh my god, this game. Cool, thank you for that, Riley. I appreciate it, man. Putting in all this this extra work. I'm sure you love it because these are games that you enjoy. But I appreciate the invaluable resource that you are. Yeah, there's really no way to preload your tools here. Like most bosses, you can do a little cogfly preload and then do a craft bind, but you can't do that with this fight. So you just kind of have to unload the moment that you're in there, which is fine. It is what it do be. We'll go ahead and skip this. And we jump right into it. Our DPS is too good. Okay, I also, like I said, this is one that I did do a few refresh runs off camera this week. So it's a little bit, the first couple attempts, I think I actually did die the very first attempt. Very first practice attempt that I did this past week. But then after that, I locked it in. All right, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up, folks. I think I was intending on a very short, brief practice stream, just mainly to get ourselves into Act 3, start thinking in that direction, and if we had time, maybe get to Lost Lace, but that will have to wait for Friday. We're past the hour-and-a-half mark here, so this is where we will wrap up this sneaky practice installment of Steel Soul. Riley, Kat, and Mitri, thank you guys for joining. Mabian as well. And also, Slacky, it was so much fun having you here. Snakes, it was great to see you. Sparky, I'm glad you got to drop by, and I hope you all have been lurking the whole time. And even if you're not. However you're choosing to enjoy the stream. Andy, and also, we had someone else who dropped in as well. Maybe, but now my memory is fading. But a fun little practice stream. Glad you guys got to join me. And yeah, definitely think we're building some confidence. I'm hoping it's not overconfidence, but I think the practice is paying off. And our build is really good. God damn it. This build is almost too strong. But this is, hey, if you're doing Steel Soul, man, why would you not use this? That's my argument. So yeah, we will jump back in Friday. We'll see about, I don't know exactly what time I'm going to be starting. But if I can start earlier like we did last week, I will try to do that. But we'll just have to see exactly how it goes. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting started with Act 3, even though I'm not looking forward to void attacks. Ew. Stinking void attacks. I will be giving a little more practice, though, to that very first gauntlet. There's only 4 enemies. You just got to make it through those, but you're still at 4 mess. You better have that on lock. And also, don't go jumping in any steam vents either. Goddamn. All right. As always, thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.